What's up, everybody? We're the KCBoys. My name is Chase.
I'm Kyle.
My name is Steven.
No, it's not. His Amo Esteban.
Esteban.
And I'm Oliver. From the fucking video.
That's Connor. You guys, I got a quick introduction because if you've seen us at all whatsoever, you're familiar with us three, but you may not be familiar with Connor. Connor has been our friend, such a solid friend for such a long time that after high school, when my friends all went on to college, I was being a loser, but they all went on to college, they met and were roommates with another guy named Connor that we refused to call Connor, and we called him Jobin, literally out of thin air. It had nothing to do with his name. He was just like, yeah, I'm Connor. We were like, no, the fuck you're not. No, you're not. So shouts to Jobin if you still exist and or are alive. But yeah, this is Connor. Connor, who the TF the fuck are you?
I'll tell you right now, he owns, what is it? Blue Clover. Blue Clover. Blue Clover. Tell him about Blue Clover.
I buy real estate. I buy and sell real estate, and I'm helping these guys.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm helping these fellas on their journey to find a gym, to find houses to flip that look like shit, and they're gonna make them not look like shit.
It's true.
And make it $1 or $2 while we're at it.
A dollar or two.
Which is actually incredible that this, I think the circumstances of our little career path that we've been on and his career path that he's been on are overlapping. And we only like to work with our homies. As you guys know, we only like to work with our homies anyways. So we told Connor that we need to start flipping houses and in the pursuit of funding our dream of opening up a gym here in Kansas City, Missouri. And he said, I got you on all the fronts. So it's been a freaking blast working with him. So.
Yeah,
why are we here today?
That's where I was going.
Steven, why are we here today?
That's a great question. We're dumb, young and dumb, and we can't think of a name that everybody likes for the gym. So we're going to be talking about names, discussing, throwing out options, and hopefully getting feedback from you guys on what would be a good and unique gym name.
For a gym name.
Yeah, we're gonna throw out a few different names a piece and discuss it and hopefully figure something out.
I'll get the ball rolling.
What you got?
So we're from Kansas City. We love Kansas City. There is a prestigious gym here in Kansas City who's gonna be our most direct competitor, and their name
is not to be mentioned.
Is not to be mentioned, but if I were, it would be called Woodside. So think about the vibes. Like, that's a good little vibe. On some gang shit, fuck Woodside, on some gang shit.
Gang. Hold on, that's demonetization.
Okay,
right there.
Sorry.
Desi, bleep that out.
Run it back.
So there is our direct competitor of what we're trying to establish here is called Woodside. So I like that vibe. It's like, if you don't know what it is, you may not necessarily understand that it's like a gym, spa, fitness.
If you're trying to get some wood on the side,
this will clear the air. They have an option to add nannies to the membership.
Yeah, so
you can add a nanny over there.
So that's the.
They're a tennis club. Old money, they've been around since
Connor goes.
The 70s. I'm a member there. So
Yeah, that's not even a joke. So I was exploring their website. I was just doing some market research because obviously we don't want to open up a business without understanding the market very thoroughly here in Kansas City. I was perusing, if you will, their website, which of course I will. And they had I was looking under memberships. That's not going to be on here.
No, keep going. But I
Be quiet.
There's kids back there playing and
got
making tons of noise.
I brought some kids with me today.
Crash banging.
But I was doing some research on their website, and when I was looking through their memberships and things like that, there is a section literally built into their website that says add a nanny to your membership, and I was like, oh, that's what they got going on.
What's the upcharge over there for that?
I didn't look. There's no pricing on their website.
That's how you know it's money.
Yeah. So
don't ask, don't tell.
But that's who we're going to be going up against, and as far as the name goes, I'm not very creative.
I like simple, elegant, one word, preferably names.
Like Drake.
Coming from the one who came up with "Let's Get Moving," really?
Yeah. Times have changed. That was 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Look how he's dressed now.
3-lettered names are in. Back then.
So what do you think, Jim?
Jim. J-I-M. G-E-M.
G-E-M.
Jim.
Oh, it's a gem of a gym.
Chase,
you're on to something on accident.
It's an acronym. Just intramuscular.
Wait.
He's back to JIM.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's stupid. We'll put a pin in that. We'll put a pin in that. That's
No,
a bad-
Chase, honestly, you were kind of onto something with the gym for gym,
And if
because
it
it's a
mo-
gym of a gym.
And I'm James, so it'll be Jim's
Gym named after
Jim.
you. Now I don't like it.
Yeah. I hate it.
No, I actually do kind of like that, and I am interested to hear feedback on that from the
Jim.
general public.
GEM, Jim.
I still think we should get really close to copyright infringement and name it something like Papa's John's.
Papa's John's.
Or like Planet's Fitness.
Just
Planet's Fitness.
pluralized. Gold
They will
Jim.
never
Gold Jim.
It would be the subject of controversy.
Yeah.
Right.
23-hour.
All publicity is
And
good
then
publicity.
whenever we go to, and then
23-hour fitness.
then when we inevitably get sued, we keep the sign up. We just put like a line through it. It's like still clearly there.
It's like recognizable still.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
That is good.
Yeah, these are all bad ideas. So let's
I
try
can't
to.
get over 23-hour fitness.
We shut down from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. The most valuable time.
Honestly, I
God,
do
dude.
like Jim. I like Jim, named after Chase, but it's a not. Yeah.
Yeah, but not at all. Jim.
Yeah.
Jim.
Jim. J-G-E-M.
The Gym of Gyms.
Jim of Jims or Jim's Jim. If it's J-I-M.
Jim. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. J-I-M apostrophe S. G-E-M. G-Y-M. Jim's Jim. That's so stupid.
So good. So bad that it's good.
And I'm not Jim, by the way. That's my father.
That's his father. Any other names? Anything? I
mean-
kind of like what you're onto. Do you have a legitimate one?
I mean, what? The one in the coffee shop we thought of the other day, Kilo. I loved Kilo.
Kilo.
I loved Kilo.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Okay, so that was one of my three, you son of a bitch.
Kilo. I like Kilo. Think about, no pun intended, the weight it has with it. The connotation. A good name, I think, carries a lot with it without saying a lot. So it's simple. It's 4 letters, 2 syllables. It's short, but it also means like 4 different things.
Can you go into the vibe that we're going for in the gym, just to give them kind of something to go off of?
Yeah, dude, and that's something we're definitely going to need help with down the road. Once we get the physical space and we start making actual choices with how it's going to feel, I think it's super duper important that there's a million different details that don't get overlooked, because the way someone feels when they come into our space is going to be what they remember. So that's super important to me, and that is achieving a positive feeling is all in the details. So with a name like Kilo, the name should represent, I think, like clean, focus, maybe like a little bougie, but not bougie,
I like the
approachably
little bougie.
fancy. Yeah, approachably fancy, like
Yeah.
nice, like somebody.
It's got class to it.
Yeah, it's got a little prestige to it, like somebody feels nice and potentially fancy. Sorry, there's some helicopters,
Oh my God,
like
look at him.
military helicopters right over
I
downtown
don't know if you guys
Kansas
can
City
see.
right
I'm pretty
now.
sure you can, but look, we're looking at the skyline of KC, and it's really fancy. And one day you guys will be able to see that. We have to figure out lighting.
Yeah,
and
we
whatnot.
gotta. Yeah,
Chase, one
it's
thing I
all-
was thinking is like, I feel like cleanliness is a big factor.
Cleanliness,
Like,
yes.
100%.
not a dusty, dirty.
Not a dust
fucking-
bunny inside. Absolutely, dude. I have literally already had these visions of me, or like you seen the people who have the backpack vacuums, the maids and stuff, or the janitors. Literally, I'll be walking around with those. I don't want a dust bunny. I don't want dust buildup. Like somebody should feel like they are there, and these details might be even imperceptible. Some they're not conscious of, but they go into the space and all they have to think about is being
Yeah.
healthy, being fit, focused on working out, because everything else has already been arranged for them.
One thing I hate in gyms is they do the same thing that restaurants do, in that they use the same
Oh.
dirty mop bucket water to clean the floors for days, and
It
it's
does
just,
nothing but spread
it's like-
grease.
yeah, it's like it just spreads the dirt and grime, and then things are more sticky. It's just spread out, so you can't see it
I'm
as
not
well.
gonna lie, that is a no-go for me. That's an almost immediate deal breaker. When I walk into a restaurant and they have what I call dirty restaurant smell, we all know the smell. It's of the rugs that don't get cleaned, and it's of the rag that they use to wipe down every table.
Which
and you
leaves a slight stick.
on the table. That's-
Forearms going.
It is. I cannot stand that shit.
Ow!
And I want our gym to be like clinical is like a little bit too much, but exactly it needs to be
Let
cleaned.
me explain while I just did that outbreak, dude. At Grinders the other day, Colin and I going on a little date like we like to do behind your guys' back.
Yup, get.
When I
My
wasn't
fucking
there?
forearms just sticking to the table. We had to move tables.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I ran into the same fucking problem. And
We said,
it's
"This one is
literally
too
giving me
sticky.
goosies in my chest.
Let's
right
go to
now.
a different table. They sat us down and we touched it and we're like, oh, it's just all of them.
That makes me feel sick to my stomach. Because
Food was good.
Food fire.
We still ate. Don't get it twisted.
You boys are nasty because it's a representation. If they're not cleaning where the customers are, you can only imagine what the kitchen looks like, and that shit grosses me out, dude.
Yeah.
I can't stand that. So I don't want to have any. So when somebody comes to our gym,
Chase, can I go on a quick tangent while we're talking about grinders?
duh.
One time, Chase and I tried their Death Nectar.
Oh,
We've
God.
probably discussed this because it was
It's a hot sauce.
such a
Of the hot
horrific event
variety.
for us. Death Nectar at Grinders in downtown Kansas City was the hottest thing I've ever had in my
They
whole
literally
life.
cried like little children.
I
Your
panicked.
body having a natural response to a poison is not crying. If there's water, yes, there were tears coming out of my eyes. That doesn't mean crying. That
Yeah.
just means I'm having a natural bodily reaction.
Yeah, and
what
you
the
may
kids are
not know,
calling it
but
these
I'm
days.
Hispanic and I have the tolerance for hot. I didn't have the tolerance that day. If
Yeah.
I remember correctly, my mouth was cut up from eating Doritos or something. But anyway, I panicked and ran to the kitchen begging for milk.
This
and
dude
I
was-
got yelled at, "Get the hell out of
This
here,
dude
what are
was
you doing?"
panic like this number. You know when somebody's so lost, they're like white hot. He was like this. And he just started
I was like,
walking.
"Chase, I've never felt this. What is going on?"
He was walking back into the kitchen. He's like, "Do you guys have any milk?" They were like, you can't be back. What are you doing back here?"
Full on panic.
Yeah, it was hot. And he did like
and
10
it wouldn't
times
go
the amount.
away. Everything made it worse.
Yeah, he did like 10 times the amount I did. I literally touched my chip, and I'm a gringo, so that's all I could
I
take.
did it like you would salsa. I was like, "Oh yeah, this is good. Wait, this is wait."
Also, you don't do
wait,
this. You don't
stop.
have this ever.
Stop! Help! Yeah, it was bad. It was 0 to 60 real fast.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a traumatic experience. Back to the gym.
Yeah. And
we're
add
digging
to add another layer to the coming up with a name, we're going to have a coffee shop in the gym that kind of functions separately from the gym, obviously attached. I see. But like people can come in and get coffee without being a gym member, without having to go through the gym to get there, can have a nice cup of joe too. So it's got to also encapsulate the
vibe.
elegancy of caffeine, but the vibe of get buck with it too, you know?
Yeah, let's
Oh,
get
yeah,
buck
baby.
wild, zooted, zoned,
I like-
laser focused.
And
I
real
like
quick, because
Hold
we
on.
are streaming too, make sure you guys, if you have anything you want to say to us, come in and do the body work. What do you mean? Of
Something to
course.
think about.
We will have a space for you.
Yeah.
So hit us up.
I don't know how that works in regular space gyms. I assume it's but yeah, we do. Yeah.
Desi, feel free to interrupt
I
with
want to
good
get
stuff like
I want to
that.
get worked out.
In and out. He's from South America.
He's from Chile. It's first off, and no, he's having like 17 kids right now, so he's
So yeah, basically we send him to Mexico.
Connor, what were you going to say?
I like Jim on Grand.
Jim on Grand?
I don't know.
Jim on Graham.
Nondescript.
Or maybe just Grand, something about Grand. That way it's when we open up a new location, which will inevitably happen.
Yeah.
Just
Or you can name it
grand,
after that
or
shit.
just
Jim on Grand.
oh,
Jim
you were
on
saying
Grand.
just grand as in grand.
Yeah.
I thought
talking
you were
about
saying as the
GYN?
name was just
Yeah.
grand.
Just Jim
which
on
also
Grand.
works.
We can't be doing the two conversations at once.
Yeah.
It's easy to say. I think like inner remarkability and ease to say it. Like you don't want people to feel corny saying your gym name.
Yeah.
Like Woodside sounds cool. You know, it's like, oh, I'm going to the gym on Grand. Chiefs Fit sounds silly.
Yeah.
But it's the Chiefs, so it
But it's-
works.
yeah.
You know, they have a shtick there.
Game? Oh, Gaines. Gaines with a Z. Yeah, it feels too childish for what we're going
Yeah.
for. Not childish, but
You
Yeah.
don't want to exclude women or like,
I was thinking,
you know,
like-
people that aren't super
yeah.
gym
Gaines
heavy.
with this Z makes me think of like Steven when his hair was like emo-y and he was drawing that, you know, that S that everybody drew.
Yeah.
Like that gives me
It
that gives me those vibes.
It's kind of giving like, tonight will be the night I will fall for you.
Rover again.
Yeah. Not Gaines with a Z.
Kyle, what give us a name, Kyle.
A name, Connor had some good ones that I liked was like Pinnacle or Peak. Like Peak was cool. It's that 4-letter word that just simple, and you know, Peak Fitness.
Oh.
I want
Well, no.
some.
I meant like, I didn't mean like women can't get gains. I'm saying that's not what they're thinking a lot of times. Like, get fucking big. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I want something that carries with it simplicity. So like Kilo is definitely the best so far. It's simple. It carries multiple meanings with it that are all relatable, but I want it to have a touch of elegance, a touch of ambiguity, and a touch and it needs to be relatable, like across the board to anybody and everybody. Attractive and relatable to across the board.
Traps.
I do not hate that. I do. I kind of like that, and we've never thought of that.
Trapezoid.
Excuse me. Traps, dude. But it sounds too masculine a little bit.
Kyle named Let's Get Moving, and that was almost a decade ago. So maybe
I come up with the best names for things, but I have a 10-year cooldown period. And that was, 9 years ago? So I got a year left. So if we can delay the gym for a year, I'll have the best name. But we're trying to make money moves.
That's freaking funny. What about Let's Get Moving? Have we discussed that?
No,
I
don't want that.
don't want it either.
I want
That is a kind of a mini staple in Kansas City. Let's Get Moving.
It had its time.
A lot of
It's
people
had
know
its time
about
to
that.
shine, and it fucking doled out real quick.
I like Kyle's idea of
Yeah.
whatever signage we have, like it's nice and elegant and fancy and represents the vibe. And then imagine like a small cursive by KCBoys, like at the bottom.
Yeah,
you know what I
very
mean?
small by the KC.
Well,
By
speaking
KC.
of KCBoys, what about the KCBGs?
That sounds like
Yeah, the
I
Kin-
think of
yeah, the Kansas City Bubble Guts.
KCBGs! Come on!
I immediately thought bubble guts. You say BGs, bubble guts.
BGs.
Kansas City
Bubble
Boys Gym.
You know when you feel it bubbling up and you got a cauldron brewing and you're cooking something up special?
Is it that bad, KCBGs?
BRB.
Yeah.
It's too bubble
Go
gutty?
get them kids.
No, not. But it's the KC Boys Gym. We can't have the KCBGs.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a no-go on that one. We got.
I thought that was good. Bitch.
I don't know. I think we've said like all of the.
No. There might be. No. I guarantee there's something out there that we'll like more than Kilo. Kilo is very good and definitely sort of encapsulates a lot of the aspects I'm looking for, but I don't think it's perfect.
I think it's
Well, it's gonna
there.
be tough to find something that like you guys want it to have a touch of your essence in it too. You know, you
Yeah.
don't want it to be too ambiguous, but it's like it's part of you. So I
Yeah.
think
One thing I'm trying to think of, if you're from Kansas City, there's a gym here called Blush, and it's called Blush, and it's very pink, and it just when you think of Blush,
it's a women's only gym.
it's a women's only gym, and it's simple name describes exactly what it is without going there, and I want like that type of vibe, which Kilo is. You think Kilo, and what like that's just weight, that's gym, but it's also kind of ambiguous that also can be like coffee.
And we're
Luxury,
close to the clubs.
Thinking
It's
Kilo
kinda
like
clubby.
gold. Yeah.
Oh, the alliteration of Kilo coffee. I never even thought about the alliterative fact.
Yeah, and then like
Coffee
kilo,
explain.
a kilo.
Oh, a kilo
you
of
think
coffee.
Of gold.
Okay.
You think
No,
of
I was talking about if our gym is Kilo, the coffee shop is Kilo Coffee.
Oh,
It's an
okay.
alliterative
Yeah,
Kilo.
yeah.
I never
Yeah.
thought about that aspect.
I think
it
it
just uses
I
big
don't-
words.
I don't know. It to me kind of fits all of the bills, but I'm not dead set on it, and I'm definitely open to something else.
I think it's lacking a warmth. Kilo is cold. It's cold and sort of squared edges. You know what I
100
mean?
kilos ain't cold.
What?
Unless
What?
it is. If you're picking up 100 kilos, that's hard work.
Maybe for some
yeah,
people.
but I see what you're saying about it.
It's cold. It's very square. It's not necessarily approachable. Like if like Woodside, for example, just the word wood is like a warm, easy to touch, soft type feeling word, which I think
My
we can
wood.
add a little.
not soft.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good about it, all of it. Yeah.
Now I have no idea where we were.
Just the word itself. The
Yeah.
word kilo is kind of industrial and
Metal.
metal and
Tough.
cold versus something that like Woodside is approachable and
yeah, but it's a
warm.
class of that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we want to have that vibe, but it brings class to that vibe.
I don't like the industrial aspect of kilo. I want not necessarily, but more spa garden vibe of the word, not of like the space, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Imagine trickling water under like a warm spring day. Like that's the vibe I like. More so, in addition to all the things we talked about.
Maybe work it back from like the internal branding, like how you actually, what colors you want to use in the space. If you do want green in the space, waterfalls, like I'm sure coming up with that design might help come up with a name that's, because it
not
literally
tough
would
enough,
side, what
though.
the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Dude, it's tough
You know,
to love
it's
nature.
like moose jaw. It's like one of those sporting goods stores. It's just 2 words put together.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, we did talk about what's his name, Bradley Martin's zoo culture, like just that vibe, and
Is his gym called Zoo Culture or is it just Zoo?
or is his brand zoo culture?
I don't really know. I only ever see. I think
I only heard you guys talking about it. I don't know the guy.
I'm not sure. Zoo culture, zoo. It's one of the two. I think probably zoo culture.
But think about that. Thematically, that's easy to create and develop a space and brand and imagery around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we call it like the prairie because we some dogs out here. You know what I'm saying? Like prairie.
Not out here prairie
And Kyle
dogging.
often prairie dogs.
We were joking after Steven suggested kilo. I was thinking, well, that's not very American. What if we did pound?
Take you to the pound.
Where are you gonna go work
Take
out?
it to Pound Town.
Where do you work out at? The pound. That's pretty doggy, dude.
Dog. Dude,
Dog.
and what if all the equipment is in like cages and shit? It's stupid. It's really dumb.
Yeah.
But unique.
But it would be cool though.
Yeah.
But unique and very
No, it wouldn't.
marketable.
no, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Very marketable.
Like there are things where it's very easily thematic and you can easily come up with like, yeah. Anyways.
he's got that TI vocabulary.
I know the bitch. This.
What else? Anyone have
Theater.
any comments about names?
I don't like Let's Get Moving.
Riptide. That's that thing on the cruise ships that you surf.
Riptide.
Excuse me?
Grinder. Yeah.
Or just literally just grind. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Grind.
Grind is kind of skateboardy.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, I know. you
If we
would.
did, I would.
This boy's looking at the bench press. Kickflip over that.
I nosed all that. Yeah.
I no stall on that.
Grind,
I do.
Grindhouse.
Grindhouse.
It's a little too.
Grand. Dude, I kind of do like grand, peak, kilo.
I
Grand
can't.
Gym's ambiguous.
What
Grand's, it's got a big white building next to it. It gives that aura. I don't know. Like,
What if we do come up with something that is coffee related? Grind does tie to the
that's
coffee.
true. That's true.
Grind. It means
I
work
would have
hard.
never made that connection.
Yeah. Rotisserie.
I've got too many connections to not to
No.
connect.
Roast.
That makes sense.
Grind.
Because I immediately thought ground, but then I couldn't come up with a good.
Source.
It's on ground level, but we also have a. KCBGs, baby.
And then you come. And
I
you get
bet
our
if we did a toll,
you
that would
get
be
our
the number
coffee
one.
and it gives you the bubble guts.
Damn it! I forgot about. We don't want to sell coffee that gives you the BGs. Damn it!
Just a coffee that runs right through you.
I did not think of that. I didn't think of it that far.
Barbellista.
Barbellista. That's a.
No, we're not saying real suggestions. We're getting the creative juices flowing.
Yeah. You gotta get the bad ones out to get the
I'm
good
thinking
ones in.
like a barista, but bar.
What
there's
about
a
just
bar in there.
barista?
Yeah.
Barista.
Squat barista. Curl barista.
What about diddly? Diddly squat.
Yeah, dude. I was
yeah,
thinking that
Diddy did
earlier
it.
about what I
Did
would
he?
never say
Diddy
out
did
loud.
Diddy did in fact do it.
Did he diddly me?
Diddly squat.
Okay, well, let us know if you guys have any ideas for like good potential gym names. I think you've heard what we're going for. You've heard what we're going for, and we're idiots.
Hopefully.
So far, Kilo is definitely a front runner for everything we've come up with. But
Yeah. So let's just do a quick rundown of our parameters. We want clean, nice, elegant, kind of fancy gym, but hard
approachably
work.
fancy.
Yes.
We're leaning towards like a black and gold vibe,
White
and with some gray.
Small gold accents, like not an overarching thing, but very tastefully done. But coffee shop as well, so I gotta incorporate that in there. We also kind of want to have like a private event space type thing to it too, where we can have, private workout classes with either us or other influencers that we bring in. Maybe do some private events because it's gonna hopefully, if we get the space we want, it's gonna have a rooftop access that we can have events up there as well. So kind of have that, not club, but like private event space vibe as well. So there's a lot of elements going into this, so it's going to be very difficult to pick a name.
A lot of potential. How big is it, you guys, Connor? How big is it?
15,500 square foot,
Not including the roof.
including the roof,
Which is massive.
Yeah.
which is another like 10,000.
Jesus, yeah. This place is, you guys, if this dream can come true, if we can make this happen, is a lifelong, for me, a lifelong dream, a lifelong goal. It'd be a lifelong pursuit of not only getting to work and hang out with the friends and get the bills paid, but get the bills paid by doing something that we love, which for me is very personal, and that's making people's lives better through fitness. I've seen firsthand how positively that can impact somebody's life. Just getting their shit together and going to the gym can be a small part of somebody literally making their life better.
And the best part is that's like step one.
Yeah.
If you're down in the dumps, go to the fucking gym and make your life better from there.
It's so simple. It's not easy, but it is very simple. Go to the gym and you'll see the ramifications of that
It's also
positivity.
a mental thing. People a lot of times think about working out as a physical thing, and it's more so a mental thing.
Which people don't even,
especially when you get yourself to go when you don't want to go.
Yeah. Yeah. So let us.
Anything on? I mean, yeah, it's probably accurate, but don't say it out loud.
I'm a taker. What'd he say?
For all things real estate, speaking of top, hit up Connor.
Yeah, so like we said in the beginning, this man does all things real estate: buy, sell, commercial, residential. We have a link in our link tree.
name it.
If you even have a thought of doing anything real estate, just fill out that link and give him a quick call. He'll do a 10-minute consultation. This dude is wilding with the ideas on how to
He's
get
a
deals
real
done.
estate transaction gangster.
engineer
Guru.
for the
Mogul.
So if buying, selling, looking, anything that you need anywhere in the 48 lower United States, give him a ring-a-ding. Link will be somewhere in our description or in our bio to hit up Connor about it.
One more thing from the stream before we go. Anything?
Sweet.
Cool.
Thank you all for joining. Thank you guys for joining. Love you all.
love.
Bye.